I'm recording this because I see something happening to the best women I know. Maybe I'm talking to you. You are the woman who carries the weight. You're the one who remembers the small details. You're the one who senses a shift in his mood before he even walks through the door. You love honestly. You love deeply. But here is the hard truth from a man's perspective. We watch you pour yourself into relationships until you are empty. We watch you try to love a man into his potential. We watch you shrink quietly, hoping that if you just take up a little less space, he will finally have the room to step up. I want to offer you a reminder today, not advice. You have enough voices in your head telling you what to do. I want to offer you a mirror. Sometimes, you need a man to tell you what another man is incapable of saying. You need to hear that your softness is not a weakness, but your lack of boundaries is not love. The disappearing act. I had a friend, let's call her Sarah. When she started out, she was vibrant. She had painting classes on Thursdays. She saw her friends on Sundays. She had a light about her that you could see from a block away. But 3 months into a new relationship, the light started to flicker. She stopped going to her classes. When I asked her why, she said, "He usually calls me around that time. He's going through a lot right now, and I just want to be available. I want to be available." 6 months in, she stopped seeing her friends entirely. She told me, "He gets a little insecure when I'm out without him. It's just easier to stay in. It makes him feel loved." From the outside, I didn't see love. I saw a woman disappearing. Sarah thought she was being a good partner. She thought that by removing her own needs, she was making the relationship smoother. She was cutting off pieces of herself to fit into the small spaces he left for her. And the tragedy is, he didn't love her more for it. He respected her less. Self-abandonment is not a love language. When you stop doing the things that make you you, you aren't becoming a better partner. You are becoming a ghost. And we cannot fall in love with a ghost. We cannot respect someone who treats themselves like an option in their own life. If you have to shrink to keep him, you're already alone. The anatomy of peace. Let's talk about the spark. I think this is where so many women who feel deeply get lost. When I was younger, I dated a woman who was absolute chaos. The highs were intoxicating and the lows were devastating. We fought, we made up, we screamed. I thought that was passion. Then, years later, I met a woman who was steady. If I didn't text her back immediately, she didn't spiral. She just went about her day. When we disagreed, she didn't threaten to leave. She just said, "I didn't like that. Please don't do it again." Then she went back to her book. At first, my nervous system didn't know what to do. I actually asked myself, is this boring? But it wasn't boring. It was peace. Many of you have become addicted to the anxiety of a man who cannot choose you. You mistake that heart flutter for chemistry. You think the butterflies in your stomach are love, but sometimes those butterflies are just your intuition telling you to run. If you are constantly decoding his texts, if you are acting like a detective to figure out how he feels, that is not intimacy. That is labor. Real intimacy is boring in the best way. It's the safety of knowing you don't have to perform. A man who wants to build with you will bring you peace, not puzzles. If you are confused, that is your answer. The weight of a no. I want to tell you about the moment I realized I was in the presence of a woman who knew her worth. I was being flaky. I was canceling plans last minute, making excuses. Typical busy guy behavior. Most women I'd known would have complained or cried or sent a long paragraph explaining why I was wrong. And truthfully, I would have ignored it. But this woman didn't send a paragraph. I called her on a Friday to cancel our dinner. There was a silence on the phone that felt heavy. She simply said, "I understand you're busy, but I don't spend time with men who don't keep their word. If you can't respect my time, you don't get access to it." And then she hung up. She didn't block me. She didn't attack me. She just removed the invitation. In that moment, everything changed. I realized that if I wanted to be in her orbit, I had to level up. Boundaries do not scare off the right men. They only scare off the people who are looking for a person without them. A boundary is not a punishment. It is a definition of who you are. When you speak quietly but firmly about what you will and will not accept, you aren't being difficult. You are being rare. The return. So let's bring this back to you. I know you feel deeply. I know you see the broken parts inside of the man you love, and you want to heal him. But you cannot love a man into maturity. You cannot love a man into readiness. You are valuable not because of what you can do for him, but because of who you are when he isn't even in the room. Go back to your painting class. Call your friends. Embrace the quiet of a peaceful life, and say no when you mean no. You're unbreakable. But you don't have to be hard. You just have to belong to yourself before you belong to anyone else.